Here to talk about Barings Bank. Okay, today I will explain about Baring background. Baring Bank was established as a British merchant bank based in London in 1762. Baring Bank is the second oldest merchant bank as the John and Francis Baring Company by Francis Baring. Baring collapsed in February 26 in 1995 as the result of one of the activity of its trader, that is Nick Lassen. They lost 1.5 billion by investing in Singapore International Monetary Exchange (SIMEX) with derivative security. During the Second War, British government used Baring to acquire the asset in the United States to influence by other banking house but remained as one of important player in the market until 1995. Following the collapse, Baring was purchased by the Dutch bank or insurance company ING and today no longer exists as corporate entity. However, Baring's family names live in Baring as asset management. That's all for background.
Okay, as for the Barings chronology of it collapse, uh, starting in July 1989, Nick Leeson joins the Settlements Department of Barings Bank in London. And early 1990, he is transferred to Jakarta to make £100 million of profit. In September 1991, he returned back to London to investigate on a fraud in Barings derivative trading. Following in February 1992, he applies for City of London trading license, and in April 1992, he is posted to Barings Futures Singapore to run the back office at SIMEX. July 1992, an account technician creates error account for lesson at SIMEX for his use that is excluded from general reporting lines. September 1992, he passed the SIMEX trading exam and he started to make the unauthorized trading on the Japanese Nikkei Futures Index and accumulated £6 million in profit in the account. In December 1992, he apparently reported profit of £10 million to Barings, having bonus of £150,000 bonus for his action, while in the error account shows £2 million in losses. June 1993, he is appointed both as head of trades in Singapore, while also maintaining responsibility for his own trades. This made he easily conceal all of the losses. July 1994, he accumulated massive losses in betting widely on Nikkei futures. December 1994, he made trading losses of £208 million in the error account, but in the official account, he reported a massive profit. 16 June of 1995, he bets everything on Nikkei, but on the morning of 17 January, a massive earthquake hits Japan and sending the index into a tailspin. He continued to raise the stakes, hoping the market will rebound, but it doesn't making losses. On 16 June 1995, he bets everything on Nikkei futures, but on the morning of 17 January, a massive earthquake hit Japan and sending the index into a tailspin. But he continued to raise the stakes, hoping the market will rebound, but unfortunately it doesn't. It happened, making losses in £862 million in total, twice of Barings available trading capital. February 1995, Leeson and his wife leave Singapore for Kuala Lumpur, and that's when Barings discovered the error account and losses in it. March 1995, he is apprehended in Frankfurt on 2nd March, and on 6 March, Barings is officially acquired by Dutch investment group ING for only £1. From this, 1,200 employees lost jobs from the collapse. Leeson is sentenced to prison for 6 years on 2 charges of fraud and forgery, and BFS is criticized heavily by Singaporean authorities for its internal control. And in July 1999, Nick Leeson is released from prison early for good behaviour and now live in Barna, Galway. That is the end of the chronology of the Barings collapse.
Okay, now I'll explain about the implication for the stakeholders. So the Baring case shows how lack of internal control can be a major loophole which an employee can exploit for quite some time without being detected. It proved to be fatal for the bank, which collapsed even when derivative trader Nick Leeson's fraud was finally discovered. These caused the stakeholders to face consequences. Okay, for now I'll explain about who are the stakeholders. Okay, stakeholders are the people or group with an interest in business. Stakeholders consist of shareholders, customers, suppliers, workers, lenders, and competitors. Directly and indirectly, they contribute for an organization to operate smoothly, and it's vice versa when anything bad happens to an organization. So in this case, we have identified that stakeholders for Barings are the shareholders, the employees itself, the competitors, and the society of the place. So for the shareholders, they had lost all of their shares in Barings when the Barings bank collapsed. So for the employees, 9 of the senior managers were accused for the trouble which was caused by Nick Leeson by himself. Even Nick Leeson by himself is the major shareholder at the time when the bank collapsed. So it had caused him to bankruptcy, and he was accused with fraud and forgery. It even affected those who are not among the firm and circle. So, for example, the society itself, they lost their trust towards the bank, and most of them at the early stages of Barings Bank was formed. They provide fund for the government and private sectors. So it was a breach of trust in an overall view. So I think that's all for the implication. Thank you.
Okay, listen, learn from the Barnes group. Okay, first, lack of internal checks and balance. Even when segregation of duty was suggested by internal audit, the concentration of power in the listen hands was successfully diluted. Okay, second, lack of understanding of the business. If Barings auditors and top management had understood the trading business, they would have realized that it was not possible for Leeson to making of the profit that he was reporting without taking on undue risk, and they might have questioned where the money coming from. Arbitrage is supposed to be a low risk and hence low profit business, so Leeson's large profit should have inspired alarm rather than praise. Given that arbitrage should be case neutral or case rich, additional alarm should have gone off as the bank wired hundreds of millions of dollars to Singapore. Okay, third lack of a clear reporting line. Listen fraud may have been facilitated by the confuse caused by two reporting line. First, one to London for proprietary trading, and second to Tokyo for trading on behalf of customers. Okay, last but not least, poor supervision of employees. Although Listen have never held for a trading license prior to his arrival in Singapore, there was little oversight for his activities, and no individual was directly responsible for monitoring his trading strategies. That's all.